Oh, hey, didn't see you there. My name's Sam Strobel, and thanks for joining me for Summer Camp 2020 this year. Here we are, making history one more time at the Heritage Farmstead Museum with our first virtual summer camps. We're gonna do lots of fun stuff this week. We're gonna see our animals, we're gonna learn a little bit about history, play some games of the past, do some cooking, outdoor style. We got tons of fun stuff planned this year. So make sure you tune in every day. Join us for some fun here on the farm. It's gonna be great. Hello again, everybody. We've got a full packed house here today for day one at camp. So let's go around and let's meet our team. Let's hand it on over to Jess, our counselor-in-chief right here.
Hi y'all, my name is Jessica and I'm going to be y'all's counselor for the week. So I thought since it's the first day of camp, we should introduce ourselves. So again, my name is Jessica, but you can call me Jess. And let's do favorite ice creams. Mine personally is Cookie Two-Step by Bluebell. So in the comments below, write your name and your favorite ice cream flavor. Sam, what about you? What's yours?
I like cookie dough overload.
That's a good one.
3 types of cookie dough. Let's see what our camper's like.
My name is Maddie and my favorite ice cream is Rocky Road.
So now we're gonna get to know you a little bit more with a fun game and to see what you would do if you were actually here at camp today and make a team name and a poster. So get your markers and your poster boards or paper, crayons, whatever you have ready to go. Hey, what are y'all doing over here?
Well, we just finished our camp flag, and we're curious to know what you guys out there named your groups. We'd love to see some pictures of your flags if you want to send them our way, or just comment below what you named your group. Maddie, you want to go ahead and share what we named ours?
Our group name is the Matadors.
That is so clever. That's funny. And you got a nice drawing of a bull and the matador, like the name suggests. So you know what? Now that we got our group name, camp's in session. Let's get started. You know what my favorite flavor pie is? Mud flavor. So we're going down to the creek. Put on your bug spray and throw on your water shoes. It's time to get a little wet. And this is something you can do at home, in your backyard. If you got a hose and some mud, and we're gonna do it down here at our very own creek. All you're gonna need at home is a pie tin. Let's get started.
Yeah!
Let's get going. Yeah, so you know what you get when you mix dirt and water?
Mud!
Exactly. Thank you. And you know what? This area has some of the best dirt in Texas, our Blackland prairie soil, which is rich in nutrients. Oh, and you'll see we are adding a nice leafy garnish to our mud pies. Add a little bit more flair and flavor. You gotta love it. And I like to put a little bit of Austin clay in my pie. And I guess I'll share a little bit with you, Maddie. It's gonna add some flavor, and you know, this is the stuff that you find on the banks of our creek right here. It's got the stuff that makes our water so clear. But there's all kinds of cool things around here in this creek. Some cool rocks and water and animals. You never know what you're gonna find. You know what? These look like some good mud pies, don't they? I think they're ready for serving. All right, so now we got to go find a sunny spot to put the pies in. What do you say? Let's do it. The sun is our oven. Careful not to slip and fall. This looks like a good sunny spot for our pies. We'll check in on those later. All right, Chef, today I've prepared for you a Blackland prairie pie with a tree leaf garnish sprinkled with Austin chalk. It's all fresh and homemade. Enjoy. All right, so now we're gonna take a look in our curing shed and see what kind of utensils and fun surprises are inside. Let's get going. All right, we're coming at you in the curing shed. Before we get started with a little cooking, we want to show you what kind of went into some of the food preparation on the farm. The curing shed was kind of used to get meat ready. It would be hung from the ceiling, such as you see, so it would stay away from rats, seasoned with salt and other seasonings so that it would dry out and sort of become a bit of a substance like you might see beef jerky nowadays. And if you look over here, it looks like our pioneers are getting ready to hit the dusty trail. You see our cast iron Dutch oven and other materials that they would take into the wagon when they were doing some outdoor cooking, and the same stuff that we're going to use to make our special surprise. So let's get going. All right, campers, let's take a little trip back in time. You know, back in the day, it was very common for people to do their cooking outdoors over an open fire, especially when they were traveling cross country in a covered wagon, such as the one behind me. So today we're gonna pretend like we're living out on the frontier, being the pioneers and cooking some delicious cake. So remember, this is something you can do at home, in your outdoor fire or even in your oven at home. So go ahead and try it with us if you feel so inclined. Let's make some cake. All right, chefs. Today we're gonna get started cooking a little dump cake, but first a special shout out to Carol Short, one of our hardest working volunteers and one of our favorites, who provided us with this special secret recipe. Thanks, Carol, we really appreciate you. So without further ado, let's get cooking. First, what you're gonna need is 2 20-ounce cans of any kind of pie filling that you can find. We decided to go with apple today because who doesn't love a nice fresh apple pie during the summertime? I know I do. And you're just gonna, quite like the name says, dump it in. Looking good, chefs, looking great. There you go.
Thanks,
Get all
Matt.
that in there.
Got one left.
And you guys can do this at home, of course. Make sure you have a parent with you, because we're going to be using, hot objects, whether it's a campfire or an oven. Looking good, yes. All right. The next thing that we're going to be putting in there is a whole box of yellow cake mix. Or vanilla, if you're feeling vanilla. And like the name suggests, we're just gonna dump it in. Now make sure the bag doesn't fall out, because that does not taste very good. All right. The next thing you're gonna wanna do is put in a whole stick of margarine or butter. Got it all split up and ready. And you're gonna want to do that quick because it's gonna melt fast in the hot heat out here. There you go. Looking good. Yes. All right.
And Naz, if you want to do the Sprite.
And the last thing that you're gonna put in there, special little secret ingredient, is a can or a bottle of Sprite. You could use 7-Up, cherry 7-Up. That's right, whatever you want. Just dump it on in there. And these are all ingredients that you could just find at your local dollar store, which is the perfect store for those modern day pioneers who want to save a buck or two. And then once you have all that mixed up, then you're gonna get going.
All right, Maddie, we're about to start putting our dump cake on the fire. Are you ready? Perfect. So an important thing to note is that we have a water bucket handy just in case anything happens, and we want to be as safe as possible. So while we have this, make sure you have an adult to help you out, whether that be a parent or anyone else who can kind of help you out with cooking this. So now we're going to go over to Sam, who is going to be our grill master of sorts. So what we're going to do first is really know the Dutch oven cooking is a science. So he is going to get the coals with gloves and with tongs and just scoot it on over to the side out of the fire.
Ever so carefully.
Ever so carefully.
And,
So for this recipe, our numbers are going to be 7 to 8 coals on the bottom, so just on the very bottom here. And then we're going to do about 13 to 14 coals on the top. So again, 7 to 8 on the bottom.
1, 2,
We're just going to separate
3,
this out here.
4, 5, 6, 7.
Perfect.
That's about good. What
That's
do you think,
perfect.
Jess? Maybe a few.
That looks good. Just enough to kind of get it cooking on the bottom.
There you go. And let's get that
Awesome. So
cast
now
iron.
we are actually going to put this cast iron right there on top, just like that. Put it firmly on there.
And how many are we doing on top?
We're going to do about 13 to 14 coals on top.
1,
If you
2,
want to just put the rest
3,
on there, that'll be all right.
4, 5, 6, 7.
And so once we get all of these coals on
8.
top, we're going to let this bake for about
9.
30 to 45 minutes.
10, 11, 12, and 13, 14.
Perfect.
How does that look?
That's awesome. So we are going to leave this again for about 30 to 45 minutes, and then we're going to come back and see our delicious Dutch oven dump cake.
Hey there! The fun thing about being at the Heritage Farmstead Museum is there's so much cool stuff to see. Like now that we're waiting for our dump cake to cook, we took a stroll on over to visit a dear friend of mine in the historic Prairie Garden and check out some of our cool vegetables and other cool stuff. You know, I think Jess and Maddie have something that they thought was interesting that they could tell you a little bit more about.
So something cool we have here over in the garden is a sundial. And if you know what a sundial is, let us know in the comments below. But in the meantime, Maddie here knows a lot more about it than I do. Okay, Mads, tell us a little bit about the sundial.
The sundial is where the sun is pointing. The shadow tells what the time is during the day.
So Maddie, if you had to take a guess, what time do you think it is?
Time for dump cake.
Time to check on our dump cake.
All right, this is pretty exciting. We're about to see what we've cooked up here. We're about to check on our dump cake. Let's see. You want to put your hand over those coals, Maddie, and tell me if does it feel like kind of warm or has it cooled off a little bit? We've kind of let it cook for about 30 minutes or so, and we haven't looked at it yet. So we're gonna see we're gonna uncover it. And make sure you're being safe. You got your gloves on if you need to. Feel it a little bit. It's not too hot. So oh, you know, it smells really good. It's definitely smells appley, sugary. It smells delicious. I think we should
dish
try
us
it.
up some? Yeah. Here, I'll hold this right here. You can just scoop some over here for us. It's gonna be great. Here, Sam, you hold one.
It really does smell really good.
Get some.
You have a nice apple filling there.
Yeah, it's gonna be great.
All right, campers, that's all for today. Thanks for joining us. We really had a lot of fun today. And we're curious. We want to know, what was your favorite part? Just go ahead and throw it in the comments below. Let us know. We're curious. And make sure that you join us tomorrow for day 2, in which we'll be talking about games of the past. So we'll see you tomorrow.